Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. So I know y'all waiting for the Toxic and Joe story time, but I'm gonna get that to y'all. But I just realized I did not do the creep I met in Vegas part 2, y'all. So I gotta give it to y'all because it's been a month. But before we get started, y'all already know what to do. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, like, come on now, how many story times you gotta watch for you to be like, hey, I'm gonna subscribe to her channel? Y'all subscribe to my channel so we could get to 100K. Make sure you give me a thumbs up because that helps a lot with my YouTube videos, and comment down below because I love seeing y'all comments. And my story times are so random when I post them, so go ahead and cut those post notification bells on as well. So let's get into this story. So when we got back from Vegas, y'all, mind y'all, we had exchanged IGs with Lou or whatever. If y'all haven't seen part 1, make sure y'all go to part 1, and it is the story time about the creep I met in Vegas or whatever. So yeah, so when we got back, Lou was always hitting us up like, oh, I need to see y'all, when I'm gonna see y'all, like when we gonna link. So we would always just give him a runaround because me and Toxic both already came to the realization that he was a fucking weirdo. So I don't know, it was just crazy. I ain't even gonna, it's crazy because this time it wasn't even Toxic, it was me. It was me on some bullshit. So Lou had hit me up and was like something, you know, how he always be like, he want to hang out. So it was like, he was like, this weekend I have a show, like I want y'all to come. He will always say he got a show he wants us to come to or whatever. So y'all, this time I'm like, Toxic, let's just go to the show. Like, let's just go, let's just see what's up. So she like, all right, I'm down. Like, you know, I'm down. So I told him, I'm like, all right, we're gonna go. So he's like, ooh, my little buddies coming. Oh my God, like calling us his little buddies and shit. So he like, okay, cool. Like, we could come, y'all could come to the show, it's gonna be cool. He like, okay, cool. He was like, so I'm like, this weekend, like if you have a show or anything, we could go. So he was like, I actually have a show. He was like, tomorrow at Supper Club. So Supper Club was this club, and it was in Hollywood or whatever, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I heard Supper be going up on the Tuesdays. Like, oh my God, like how we gonna get in there now? Because mind y'all, we was 17. So at this time it was summertime or whatever. So that's how we was able to just do all of this. Like, we wasn't in school, and I had just graduated high school, so I was in summer school at the college, but that don't even matter. So he like, yeah, he like, I'm performing at Supper Club. So I'm just so excited. I'm like, oh my God, celebrities be there. Oh my God, like what the fuck? So she like, we gotta go. And I'm like, yeah, like we both 17. So of course we just super excited. Even though, like, I know y'all probably thinking like, girl, y'all seen he was a bullshit ass man in Vegas. We'll go there. So he like, y'all, he's like, so Tuesday y'all should come through. He was like, and we could just make a whole day out of it. He was like, I gotta go shopping for my outfit for the night. For that night. He was like, but my stylist is gonna be shopping. He was like, so y'all could come and just see how the whole little get down is. Like, if y'all want to come shopping with me, my stylist, like we could do all of that. And he was like, and then y'all could come swimming at my house. Like, I live in a penthouse downtown. Like, he always kept telling us he lived in a penthouse downtown. So I'm like, oh my God, we could take some bomb pictures up at the pool, y'all. Like, we was just so excited. Like, not even excited, but I really just wanted to get these pictures in. And I'm like, oh my God, he said he could get us up in Supper, and I heard celebrities be up in there. So, and we only 17, so yeah. So y'all, even though we knew this man was y'all, even though he proved to us he was a weirdo in Vegas, I don't know what the fuck, I don't know. So we like, okay, cool. He was like, yeah, so we could make a day out of it. He was like, so y'all should get to my house around 12 p.m. ish or 1. He was like, so we could just get the whole day started. He was like, y'all, and he was like, and when y'all come, bring an extra pair of clothes so then y'all could change into the night outfits. He was like, because I'm gonna be documenting it because it's my documentary. So my stylist, we gonna go shopping, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. And he was like, y'all already know how I do, y'all. I might get y'all a little something for the documentary, y'all my little buddies and shit, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we gonna come. So Toxic happy about it. So we like, okay. He said, I'm telling her like, yeah, he said we should come around this time, whatever. So I'm like, we thinking of like, okay, how we gonna get over there? Because mind y'all, at this time I didn't have no car. She didn't have no car. So I'm like thinking about it. So then she was like, come over to my house, spend the night over my house on Monday. Yeah, Monday night, spend the night, and she was like, and Tuesday, I'm going to just have my uncle, because her uncle stayed there. She was like, I'm going to just have my uncle drop us off or whatever. It says, like, my homegirl house, or friend house or something like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all, so I ended up spending the night. That next day, she asked her uncle, right? Toxic asked her uncle, like, can you take us to our homegirl house? Like, we going to make a day. I just feel like my hair is so puffy. All right, so she was like, can you take us to our homegirl house? Like, we gonna make a day out of it, like da 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 da, like all other shit. So her uncle was like, cool. So mind y'all, we're waiting, we already ready and stuff. We hit him up like, oh, what's the addy and all this other shit. Like, we telling her uncle, you're taking us downtown, all this other stuff. So we telling him like, what's the addy? So this nigga is like not replying for a long time. So she's calling him, she like blowing his phone up. At this point I was just like, fuck it, like I'm not tripping, like maybe he want us to just come later. She's blowing this man phone up like, nope, I'm gonna calling. So finally he ended up hitting us back, like through message, like through text, like not called. He texted us. He texted her phone and he was just like, oh, my bad, y'all. He was like, y'all already know I'm doing a documentary. I got a lot going on. He's like, we was shooting. He was like, but right now at my grandma's house because it's a part of my documentary. He was like, so y'all just come here and then we could go from there. Like, you know, y'all just get dropped off here. So we like, okay. So he give us this address or whatever. So we end up going. It was like on the east side or whatever. So we end up going to the east side, right? Mind y'all, she told her uncle that we was getting dropped off at our homegirl house. Because mind y'all, this man was older than us. So we like, all right, so why we driving? And we just see, we was like close to where we was finna pull up to his grandma's house. Well, no, that really was his grandma's house. But we getting close to where we finna pull up to. We see some random girls. And she like, oh, there they go right there. Just stop. So her uncle like, you sure? He's like, oh, they must be walking to the store. It was really some random ass girls walking and he just let us out the car to them. And I'm just like, so we got our bags with us or whatever, like, because we was going to change our clothes because we was going to get in the pool and change clothes for later at night. So we got out the car with these random ass girls. When we first, for one, when we pulled up and hopped out on them, they looking like, what the fuck? Like, who is y'all hopping out on us like that? So anyway, we walking. We really walk. They're walking, and we're really walking like so close to these girls because her uncle was just staring for a cool minute, just sitting there. Like, I know he probably thinking like, what the fuck? Like, y'all, they don't like y'all or something because they ain't speak to y'all. But it's like we don't even know these girls. So whatever. We end up walking to when her uncle pulled off. We end up like hitting the corner, like and moving from by them, and we walked to the street or whatever. So when we got to the street, we like hitting him up like we here. This nigga took like 10 minutes to reply, which was so annoying. So it was funny because I'm like, we should go knock on the door. Like, let's go knock on the door. We got the address. And Toxic like, no, because they're probably up in there shooting. And this is his grandma's house. We don't know, like, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, yeah, you're right, whatever. So when he finally come outside, mind y'all, he said he was shooting a documentary. They were shooting there at his grandma's for that reason, right? So mind y'all, he come outside looking dusty as ever. He like, oh, okay, what's up? Y'all looking good. Y'all ready? Because mind y'all, he said we're going to be doing a documentary. Like, we're going to be on camera. So we really came looking cute. And plus, we looking cute, period. Like, so we over here, like, really just looking like, yeah, like, looking good. So he like, oh, okay, y'all looking good, mind y'all. So I'm thinking maybe he's looking dusty because he want to show, like, I was once dusty. And then snap his fingers and then it'd be like, I glowed up. I know somebody going to be in the comments like, I glowed up, because people love to do that. But anyway, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe that's why he's so dusty right now. But no, to my surprise, he was just dusty. So anyway, he like, oh, okay, all right, so y'all ready? Like, y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this life? Are y'all ready? Like, he really just hyped up, and we just like, okay, like, you know, so we like, where we going shopping at? He was like, we gonna go on Melrose. Y'all ain't never been to Melrose before. Mind y'all, like, we've been there. Yeah, we have. We got the bus there before. The fuck? So I'm just like, yeah. He like, because Melrose, it'd be just, it's a lot going on. You go celebrity, and y'all might just see flashing cameras, because y'all know they're gonna be on me. So at this point, when he's saying all this bullshit, I already knew he was bullshitting, because it's like, bro, they wasn't on you in Vegas, they ain't on you here. I still don't know who you are. So he just like, yeah, he's like, man, y'all ready? And he just, mind y'all, he kept saying this too before I had to go back a little bit. Before we got there, he kept saying, dang, I drove the 911 today. Y'all, you know, the Porsche, he like the two-seater. So he like, I drove the Porsche today. I don't know how we gonna all fit up in the 911. He just kept saying that. How we gonna fit in the 911? I'm gonna have to swap out for this other car. Like, he was like, I'm gonna have to pull out the BMW. Oh no, I might pull out the Jag. Like, he was just doing the most, like, with these cars he was naming, right? So when we get to the grandma house again, so he like, all right, we finna get ready to go. We gotta go by the penthouse, because he kept saying he lived in a penthouse downtown. So he like, we gotta go by the penthouse. So we like, all right, whatever. So he like, y'all might as well leave y'all stuff here. So I'm like, why would we leave our stuff here if we going to the penthouse, which is where you live, which is where we're gonna take pictures, which is where we're gonna go swimming, which is where we're gonna need our stuff when we get dressed for later. So he like, you smart, y'all keep y'all stuff in the car. At this point, I'm thinking, because he was asking to give him our bag so he could take it in the house, and I'm just thinking like, no, the fuck, he's not finna steal my Target bathing suit. Like, the fuck, I love that Target bathing suit, and I still got it to this day. So I'm just like, he's not finna take that from me. I just felt like he wanted to go through our bags or something, because it wasn't making sense. Like, why would we leave our stuff at your grandma's house if we're going to the penthouse, your house, right? So he like, all right. He like, damn, since I drove the 911 today, mind you, you knew from jump that we was gonna be with you. So why would you drive this this two-seater car, which was nowhere in sight. I'm gonna just say that they're nowhere in sight, right? So he like, I'm gonna ask my grandma if I could use her car, and I'm gonna just have to swap out when we get to the penthouse. So we like, all right, whatever. So he like, y'all stay right here, I'll be right back. So he goes in the house or whatever, leave us outside to die. No, I'm just kidding. He left us outside. So we just talking. She just like, girl, you really think he a rapper like that? I'm like, no, but I think we gonna get in a supper club. So that's all I really cared about. I really didn't think that he was nobody famous or celebrity, because mind y'all, we live in the same city. We both live in LA. I've never heard of you ever in life. Nobody ever heard of you. So I knew he was bluffing, but I'm like, maybe he do get into places, because even on his Instagram, he would be at places, right? So yeah, so I'm just was excited for him to get us in somewhere. So he's like, he come back outside, he like got the keys, like shaking the keys, and he's like, all right, let's go. So he goes to his grandma's car or whatever, his grandma's car. We hop in the car, Toxic get in the front, I get in the back seat, and we hungry, like, you know, we didn't really eat nothing. So we end up pulling, mind y'all, let me just say this too. It was a car seat in the back seat with me. And he's just like, oh, yeah, you want me to move that? So I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, you could leave it. Apparently, his grandma has a baby. And it was like a newborn baby car seat, too. Yeah. So anyway, so we in the car or whatever. So we end up going to this burger stand or whatever by his grandma's house before we go by the penthouse, right? And yeah, so when we get there, we got our food and stuff. While we in the car, I think Toxic has spilled something on her, spilled something up there or whatever. So they didn't give us no napkins. So she like, oh, where's some napkins at? So she just like looking around for stuff, and she opened the glove box. Mind y'all, it was so many condoms in this glove box. So you mean it was so many condoms in this glove box? So I'm just thinking like, mind y'all, he was telling us how his grandma was sick and all this other stuff. So you mean to tell me your grandma got a newborn baby and she got some condoms just so she don't get pregnant again? Nothing was making sense, but hey, whatever. So I'm just like, grandma's car, right? So anyway, mind y'all, it was nothing wrong with the car. I don't judge nobody's car, because mind y'all, my first car was a bucket. And it's like, a car is going to get you to point A to point B. That's all you need. But it's like, why lie? Like, why lie? He kept saying he drove that Porsche to his grandma's house. It was nowhere in sight. Maybe he parked it inside the house. I don't know. So it is a little car. You know, he probably just put it on in. So anyway, we driving. So we go and we end up downtown. Y'all, we drive. He like, y'all see that building right there? The biggest building. Y'all see that building right there? So we looking like, you know, leaning out the window like, oh yeah, that's a big one. That one's new, huh? Yeah, that's where I live. I live at the top floor, baby. That's the penthouse. I live right there at the top floor. So I'm like, okay. I'm just looking, thinking like, these gonna be some nice pictures. I'm pretty sure it got a nice pool. You know, I'm gonna take some nice photos, right? So then he drive, you know, downtown is like one ways and shit like that. So he ended up like, oh shit, I forgot this street one way. So he hit a corner. Then next thing you know, he hit another corner. The next thing you know, he starts driving away from downtown. So I'm like, I thought we was going to your crib. He said, nah, Symone. No, we need to get to Melrose, because my stylist is already there, and we need to get down there so I can get these outfits for the night. You know, it's plenty of times to be at the penthouse. There's plenty of times to see the penthouse. So I'm like, oh, this nigga was, man, we literally, when he said we gonna go by the penthouse, he literally meant we're gonna go by it. Like, we're not gonna go inside of the building. We're gonna go past it. That's what he meant. So I'm like, okay, he really meant what he said. Go by it. So we end up going towards Melrose, right? What was the point of us coming here if we're gonna come back here, right? Right. So we end up going to Melrose, right? We park, we walking down the street. You know, Melrose be busy if you ever been to Melrose. If you're not from LA and you come, it's a cool little experience, whatever. It's a lot of stores and shit like that. A lot of people be out. You might see somebody or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so we walking down Melrose or whatever. We walk in, he just like, oh shit, y'all better not act starstruck. He's like, if I run into any of my homies or my friends, don't act starstruck, don't do that, because I ain't trying to have nothing like that popping off. So mind y'all, I know a lot of people like that's famous and shit like that, so I'm just like, I'm not really like, we not starstruck, like we just want to have a good time, you know. So we just like whatever. So he like, yeah, we gonna document this. So mind y'all, he started pulling out his phone and he's recording. So I'm just thinking like, where's the big camera crew and all these other people that was in your, what, they still at your grandma's house asking her about this baby or something? I don't fucking know where they at. So he's like recording. He like, yeah, we're gonna document this. So then he tell me like, Symone, get this video, because mind y'all, Toxic was like being all on this nigga, like everything he was saying, she just pumping his head up. So he like, Symone, record this on your phone. And it was like him and Toxic walking away, and I'm just like, okay. So he like, yeah, so right now we finna shop for tonight's show, supper club, baby. So when did I become the cameraman? When did I never knew I was filming his documentary. Like I didn't know that. I did not know that I was the one. Like I could have swore you said, but whatever. So he just like, yeah, we're gonna get this footage to them. He was like, cause they stuck in traffic. You didn't see them behind us? They couldn't keep up with me. And I'm just like, huh, okay, whatever. Like, nigga, now it's really starting to be annoying, because now you back to that lying shit, which he never not was a liar, but hey. So I just thought maybe he had a lot of drinks in Vegas then, and maybe we gave him a chance, you know, but nope. So anyway, we walk in. So we end up going to this one store, right? It's so much stuff up in the store. Mind y'all, back then I didn't know, but now that I'm older and I've been shopping with niggas and shit before, I know. You know when you go inside of a store and you look like you finna spend money and you picking up so much shit, or telling them, oh, sit this up there shit, they start calling you boss. When they feel like you finna spend money, they're gonna call you boss. Oh, okay. Oh, boss, what you need today, boss? They gonna call you that. They gonna hype your head, pump your head up and shit. I didn't know this back then, right? So before we walked in there, he made it seem like, oh, this is my store, they love me in here, they already know I be spending bands up in here. So we walk up in there and he like, hey, what's up? So they like, hey, what's up? So he like, yeah, okay, all right, already. He like, so when they call him boss, I'm like, okay, he probably not lying. But now I realize that's just what people do. So he picking up shit. He like, yeah, he taking pictures. Everything he pick up, he's taking a picture of. He's handing it to the people, telling me, y'all, sit that up there for me, sit that up there for me. It was one time he asking me and Toxic like, this look good, mind y'all. He's got so much shit. Like, it's those stores, you know, Melrose, where jeans is like $200 and shit like that. Like, you spending like $100 on a hoodie. Like, he has so much shit he's giving to these people to put at the front. So they like, oh, boss, this would look good with this. He like, you know what? Put it up there. Hold on, snap a picture of it first. Start texting, like he sent it to somebody. He like, put it up there. So we just standing there like, okay, like he's probably not lying. So he like, Symone, get this, Symone, get this. Nigga, why do you keep asking me to record? So Toxic standing right there next to him. He was like, oh, move out my shot. So I'm just like, whatever. So this is me. And he like, yeah, all right. So you see, we in the store, big shopping. Poppy knows me. I'm the boss. And then the guy just like, huh, like, you know, boss, yeah, boss shopping. He like, and I'm just like, okay, this is weird, but whatever. So he like, yeah, Symone, they gonna end up paying you for this footage though, because you didn't sign up for this. So I'm just like, yeah, I sure did not. I did not, you know. So he just doing the most. So Toxic just like, oh, he gonna spend money. He gonna spend money on us. Like, let's ask him if we could go in one of these stores and let's cash out. So I say, you ask him, because yeah. So I'm like, you ask him. She like, all right, I'm gonna ask him. So y'all, so after this nigga had us spend like 30 minutes in this store, putting the whole damn store on the counter, he says, hold on real quick, I got a phone call. Hopped on the phone. Hello? Yeah. Mind y'all, nobody's on the phone. Yeah. Just talking. He like, yeah, I'll send you a picture, everything. Yeah, make sure you get it. All right, we finna head out. So I'm just like, the fuck he talking about? So next thing you know, he like, all right, come on, y'all. He like, all right, boss, thank you, good looking. My assistant, my stylist. No, he's like, my stylist finna come in and cop all that, so you can keep it up there or put it back. She got the pictures and everything, but good looking, boss man, I'm out. When I tell you, them people looked like, the fuck? And I was looking like, what? And this is Toxic smiling. She said, girl, he got it like that? His stylist finna just come and buy all that stuff? So this is me, because at this point I'm annoyed. You don't have me use my phone battery and camera to record and do all this shit. So we leave out the store. I said, your stylist, I thought your stylist was already down here. He like, yeah, she is. She at a different store. So I'm like, you don't carry money on you or something? Like, why you didn't just cop it? Like, he's like, because my stylist cop, that's what she get paid for. Simone, you don't know about none of this. You don't know about none of this. She get paid to cop for me. So I'm like, then why do we come down here? I'm like, why couldn't she take pictures of the items and send them to you like you just did to her to see if you wanted them? What was the point of us coming here? He was like, I just wanted to show y'all a good time experience. Melrose, it seemed like you ain't interested in a good time. Toxic, you having a good time? She like, I'm having a good time. Simone, chill. So I'm like, I'm not mad or nothing. I'm just asking. I just don't understand. He's like, well, when you get in this business, when you get into this music industry world, when you get up there, when you grow up, you don't want hanging out with fucking minors, the fuck? But I didn't say that. So I'm just like, he's like, then you gonna understand. I'm teaching y'all. So if y'all ever want to get in this life, y'all gonna see how it works. It works that way. He gonna say, a real artist like me, I'm an asshole. I make it hard for my stylist because that's what you're getting paid for. I'm paying you racks, right? I'm paying you rack. And I'm just like, whatever. Toxic's just like, yeah, I know. Yeah, you gotta make it hard. You can't be an easy boss. And he like, you see they up in there calling me boss. Mind y'all, again, I didn't catch on to that until later in life, right? And then when I finally did, I really thought back on that time and I was dying laughing like, this nigga's a fucking idiot. So whatever. So we still just walking around. So Toxic was like, can we get some stuff? Like, could we get some stuff to probably wear tonight? So he like, y'all didn't bring no stuff to wear? Because if y'all didn't, I could take y'all by y'all house, like, you know. And she like, well, we did, but I wondered if we could get some stuff off Melrose. And he was like, you got Melrose money? So she was just like, I got Melrose money. And he was like, all right, then where you want to go? So at this point, I'm just looking like, you know, so she like, I just want to know if you was gonna buy something. He was like, let me just tell you like this. You don't start off like, this nigga really gonna sit there, look at us. Tell us, y'all, look at me, because I'm looking away. At this point, I'm looking away. I'm on my phone. I'm just like, this nigga's a fucking weirdo. So he's like, y'all know where y'all get in a situation. You be like, bro, you proved to be a weirdo once. Why the fuck am I here again? So he like, look at me, y'all, look at me. You don't start off as no gold digger. You let a man offer to pay for you something like I did in Vegas. Like, you don't just start off begging, because a man ain't gonna want that. If you trying to meet you a nigga out here, get wifed up, you can't come off as a groupie. You really gotta put out to put in or something, he said like that. And I was just like, the fuck is he even talking about? See, that's what I told this girl, you ask him, because I ain't asking that fucking man nothing. If he can't even buy his own self some clothes, girl, what make you think he could buy some clothes? I don't even know why she still asked him that after she seen he wasted our time and that man's time putting all that shit up there knowing he couldn't even buy it. He couldn't even buy a sock. Like, you could have bought something. Like, something. So she just like, no, I know, I understand. Like, yes, I understand. Because he like, you understand? She like, I understand. I'm just like, he like, you understand, Simone? And I just looked at him. Because I'm just like, nigga, you're not going to be talking to me like I'm a kid. But yet you wanna be with us. We going to get there. You don't know whether you want to call us your little sisters or if you want to be in us. Like, what do you want to do, sir? So whatever. So after we walked around for a little bit, pointless, because he went inside another store doing the same shit. But this time when he was asking me to record, I wasn't recording shit, because I was just like, oh no, we're not doing that. Mind y'all, the cameraman is still stuck in traffic. He's still stuck in traffic? Okay. So we ended up leaving, and he was like, all right, we're gonna have to go to the house. Like, we finna go to the house or whatever and chill or whatever. Y'all want to get in the pool? So we like, yeah, we want to get in the pool or whatever. So he like, okay. Y'all ever been to the Standard? Mind y'all, the Standard is a hotel downtown LA, but they have a rooftop, whatever, pool and shit like that. Mind y'all, we cannot get in the Standard. You need to be 21 and up to get to the bar part. This nigga. If you live in that penthouse, why can't we go up there? Why we can't go up there, sir? No, my camera had died. So anyway, so yeah, so he like, have y'all ever been there? Like, y'all ever been swimming there? So I'm just like, why can't we go swimming at your place? Like, ain't we supposed to go to the penthouse? Like, and we're supposed to go to the penthouse. Anyway, so he just like, okay. He was like, oh, Symone, you got a lot to say today. You got a lot to say today. How do I have a lot to say? Because I'm asking questions that you the one told us this shit. It's not like I'm just making this up. Like, it's not like I'm just saying some random ass shit out my ass. Like, nigga, you said this. So he like, oh, okay, well, we can't go to the penthouse right now. He was like, because the penthouse being remodeled. He's like, so we gonna have to go to by my grandma's house real quick because they fixing something in the penthouse. So whatever. So I'm just like, I didn't even say shit. I didn't say shit at all. I didn't say shit back. So Toxic like, oh my god, what they fixing? He like, yeah, they putting in new floors because they had in carpet, but I told them I want hardwood. So how you just forget that? How the fuck you forget that? He's like, they should have been done by now, but I don't know. Bro, it don't take nobody no fucking hour to rip up some carpet and put hardwood floor. That's gonna take longer than a fucking hour. So what? Lord. So anyway, so he like, yeah, so we gonna just go back by Graham's house. He was like, and then, you know, it's a community pool around there. Mind y'all, I had nothing against the community pool. Like, I literally would go to Jesse Owens or to the Coliseum and shit like that and go swimming. However, you told us we was going to the penthouse, so I was trying to take pictures in this cute Target bathing suit that I bought. And I just couldn't understand. If I wanted to take pictures at the fucking community pool, I could have did that on my own time. Like, I didn't have... Lord. So anyway... y'all, so anyway, he like, ooh, let me hurry up because my camera is not trying to charge long. Let me finish this. So anyway, so we end up going back to his grandma's house. When we get to his grandma's house, we pull up or whatever. Still no portion sight. So we standing outside and he talking to us, and eventually he was like, oh, I'll be back. I'm finna go in the house real quick. So he kept going in and out the house. Mind y'all, bro, why are we here? Where we gonna get dressed at? We can't even go inside your grandma's house. Like, where we gonna get dressed outside? So he like, my grandma should be going to sleep in a minute. So mind y'all, when he kept coming in and out, going in and out the house, and we was standing outside, we standing like in the driveway part. Next thing you know, the grandma come outside and she was like, Lou, don't be having them little girls just standing outside. Invite them in. So he was like, oh, grandma, I wasn't trying to impose. And she like, you better invite them girls in the house. So I'm like, finally somebody said it. Shit, because I'm trying to go in the house. So anyway, so he ended up letting us come in or whatever. We sit on the couch and she just like, hey, y'all, I'll be out y'all way in a minute. I'm gonna go to bingo. I thought she was going to sleep. Is it bingo or going to sleep, right? So she was like, oh, my friend's gonna come pick me up. And he was like, grandma, you don't want to drive the whip? At first, I'm just thinking like, ain't that her car? Anyway, he like, grandma, you don't want to drive the whip? She said, boy, you know I don't drive. Anyways, so again, why lie said it was your grandma's car when it was your car? Anyway, so we was just chilling there talking to her for a minute. She asking us all type of questions. Mind y'all, I don't know why we lie. Like, she asked us how old we was and why we lie and say 18. I don't know why. We should have said 17 so she could have known how fucking weird her grandson was hanging out with these little ass girls. We should have said our age. So anyway, she was like, oh, okay, like, all right, whatever. So she ended up leaving like after like 30 minutes or whatever. She ended up leaving. So we up in there with him, right? Time is going by. We just talking, laughing, joking. He ended up ordering a pizza. And, you know, he didn't have to wait for his stylist to pay for the pizza. Like, he actually paid for it or whatever. So we just in there. We laughing, talking, whatever. So next thing you know, he was just like, yeah, today's been rough. Like, man, I hope they got some good footage for my documentary. Bro, did you forget we was with you all day and we weren't blindfolded? Like, did you forget that? Did you forget I'm the one who recorded? He like, Symone, make sure you give me that footage too, because they got to pay you for that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to need my money up front before I release this tape. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll see you. He's like, speaking of tapes, he was all like, you know what? It's this other little thing I'm trying to get into or whatever. So we like, what? And he was like, nah, I'm gonna tell y'all later because it's a secret, right? It's a secret. So we just like, whatever. I could care less. Toxic asked questions like, tell us. I could care less because I just knew it was gonna be some more bullshit ass lies he said. So anyway, time going by. So I'm like, what time should we get dressed for supper? And I'm like, and when is your stylist coming with your clothes? And he just like, oh yeah, she gonna come. I probably might change at the club. Why would you change at the club? Anyway, so time going by, mind y'all, again, so it was still early though. Even though I was asking these questions, it was still early. It was still like 5 o'clock. So he asked, not 5, it was probably, I'm saying 5 because my bad, I'm looking at my camera, so I was recording for 5 minutes. So it was just like what time was it? It was probably around like 8 or whatever. So he was telling us, he was like, y'all sure? He, mind y'all, that whole day while we was sitting at his grandma's house, he was kept asking us like, y'all sure y'all bring y'all business suits for nothing? Y'all sure y'all don't want to just go, and my grandma got a water hose in the backyard, we could just like have a water fight? Nigga, no. Nigga, no, I did not come here to play in your grandma's slip and slide. Like, mind you, how fun that sounds, I'm okay. So he ended up, like, you know, so we ended up just chilling. He kept trying to get us to drink, but I wasn't trying to drink with him because I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna wait till we get to supper and drink because, you know, I'm not trying to do too much. I don't want to go in there getting sloppy drunk. You know, I'm trying to meet some people. And he just like, okay, whatever, like, you know, whatever. Mind y'all, so finally, after like 2 hours go by, probably, it was probably like 10 o'clock now. So he like, yeah, we got to get there a little late. He's like, cause I'm performing, you know, the performer got to get there late. Mind you, at that time, I didn't know performers get there late. So I probably would have believed him. But I'm thinking he bullshitting, even though he was. So I'm just like, all right, whatever. So he was like, you know what? It is something I wanted to get into. And y'all would be perfect to do it. Like, y'all trying to make $500. So Toxic like, $500? How can we make $500? So I'm like, it depends. Like, what do we have to do? He was like, well, I'm just trying to get into something like this little business I want to get into. He was like, but I want to practice first because I'm nervous. Like, I ain't never did this before. Like, it'll just be, you know, crazy. But I want y'all to practice with me. And maybe if y'all, you know, interested after we practice, then y'all would do it and y'all could get paid more money. So I'm like, practice what? Like, he just going around and he like, man, I don't know, I'm just nervous, but they telling me it's so much money in it, like we could make thousands of dollars. So I'm like, what is it? Like, you know, what is it? Like, you're trying to get us to agree to something and you ain't even trying to tell us. So Toxic like, I don't care what it is, I'm down. Like, $500 just to practice and then we can make more money if we still want to do it. Like, that's good. So I'm like, I don't know, it depends. Like, what is it? So he was like, y'all ever heard of porn? I was like, what? He was like, y'all ever heard of porn? I'm like, yes. He like, well, they was trying to get me to do this threesome porn, but I ain't never had a threesome before, and we could practice. How do you practice a threesome? Like, come on now, make this make sense. How do you practice having a threesome? So if we was to practice this threesome, and I asked him that too, I'm like, so if we was to practice this threesome, I mean, we didn't have one, we practice it. Mind y'all, I'm being so fucking sarcastic. Like, nigga, like, bitch, please, you got us fucked up. So he like, yeah, you gotta practice. Like, we could practice. So I was like, I'm good. So Toxic like, let's do it. Like, $500, that's cool. And he's like, but it gotta be 3. Like, it gotta be 3 of us. If Symone not down, like, come on, please, doing puppy eyes. And I'm just like, no, I'm good. Like, no, like, I'm cool. And he was just like, please, Symone, like, please. And she like, Symone, let's just do it. So I was like, no, I'm good. Y'all can find somebody else to practice the threesome with y'all and make that $500 because I'm cool. I don't want to have a threesome with y'all, you know, like, what the fuck? So she just like, man, like, he like, talk to your friend, Toxic. You talk to your friend because it's really money out here. Like, it's really, really big money out here. And I'm just like, you know, at this point, I don't even want to go to the club that we never even going to. I don't even want to go no more because it's like, nigga. So I just asked him, like, so when are we going to the club? He's like, man, don't worry about that. Like, we're going to go or whatever. But I'm just trying to see, like, what's up? Like, what's up? What y'all trying to do? Like, y'all trying to do something? Mind y'all, if we was to practice a threesome, are you going to have me record it on my phone again, too? Like, or give it to your invisible cameraman? Oh, and then the invisible stylist will come and style us, too, huh? So I was just like, I'm good. Like, it was just giving so much fucking weird. Like, we just really up in there. So he just like, yeah, like, it'll be cool. So Toxic over there, like, what would we have to do? What would we have to do to practice? Y'all, she all in this man's face. She starts sitting on his lap. I was just so annoyed this point. I'm like, hey, like, if we're not going to the club, I want to go home. So she like, Symone, no, let's not go home. Where are we going home? Because I don't want to be here. So I'm like, I just don't really want to be here no more. And he was just like, well, Toxic, you want to go in my room? We could practice just us, like, laughing. And she was just like, well, would I still get the $500? So I was just like, you know what? I was like, I'm about to call her around. I'm like, Toxic, I'm going to call my grandma and see if she could come get us. Like, you know, because I'm good. I'm finna go home. Like, I'm cool. If you want to stay, you can stay, but I'm finna go home. So he like, and mind y'all, your room, I thought you didn't live here. I thought you lived at the penthouse. Yeah. So anyway, they went in the room, did whatever they did. By the time my grandma got there, I'm just like, hey, Toxic, you coming or you not coming? So she ended up staying. Y'all, that's none of my business. I don't give a fuck. I was out of there because at this point, you're weird as shit. Like, you're weird. So she ended up staying or whatever. And I went home. Y'all, why she ended up calling me probably like a while later, like, and was just like, oh my God, we didn't end up going to the club. Like, when we went there, they said that he couldn't get in and I couldn't get in because I don't have an ID and all this stuff, so he wasn't able to perform. Nigga, he was never performing. If he was performing, he would have been able to get in. And yeah, so I was just like, this bitch still believing this dumbass shit. So she was like, so pretty much she was just asking me like, hey, can I come to your house because I can't go back home late? My mom already thought we was gonna be spending the night somewhere, which was never the plan. We was never gonna spend the night with this man. So she was like, yeah, my mom already thought I was spending the night somewhere, so can I come to your house? So I'm just like, yeah, whatever, like, you could come over. So when she came over, she just like, girl, yeah, he said he's gonna give me the $500 next time, but we gotta find another girl. And I was just like, my job. Long story short, she never got this $500. She would just keep talking about it. And after this situation, like, she kept pressing that man so much for that $500 that he just started ghosting her. Like, he started ghosting her because she was just like, oh, well, I think I could find another homegirl. Did you find another girl? Hey, I just really want to get the $500. And then when we find the other girl, would I get more money or what? He really was giving her the runaround at first, and then he just started ghosting her. He was ghosting. He never had intentions on meeting up with us or her ever again. Like, we really just stopped talking to him. Like, we stopped talking to him. And come to find out that car seat in the car was his. Y'all remember when he had a baby mama? The nigga had another baby mama. This nigga just had baby mamas, I guess. And I was just like, So where it came to a point to where when I ended up getting a car, Toxic was like, we should go egg that nigga house. Bro, that's on you. Bro, that's on you. You don't want to fail for that stupid ass shit. Like, bitch, I never even got my money for the fucking video, for the cameraman. The fuck? From, like, so I'm just thinking, like, bro, why would you think that you was finna get $500? And she really would ask me, like, for the longest. She'd be like, do you really think that he was really a rapper? Bitch, do you? Do you think Dr. Seuss is a real fucking cat? Do you think Cat in a Hat is a real cat? Like, do you think that? Do you think maybe if my house is real dirty, a fucking cat will pop up at my doorstep and help me clean it? Do you think that? Like, what do you think? Like, let me know, because I really want to know too. Like, I'm unsure. I'm unsure of a lot of things. Do you... This bitch. So I was just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, it was bad. Like, she was really hurt over that shit. Like, that nigga really ghosted her. And I'm like, he probably ghosted her because he fucked a minor and he felt weird about it or something. I don't fucking know. He was a fucking weirdo. So yeah, y'all, that was it. That's the story time of when we met up again with the fucking creep we met in Vegas. And it's crazy because, again, like I said, what made me tell that story is when I was going through archiving photos and I had seen a photo where he had commented on my picture, and I really went through his page. I don't know what happened to him. Like, all the pictures was old and stuff. Like, he fell off the face of the earth after like 2015 or something like that. That was the last photo. But of course, I wasn't following. I was not following the page no more. No way. But yeah, I don't know what happened to that man. He fell off the face of the earth. Don't know where he is now. Maybe he's somewhere rapping still, trying to get his career together. Maybe he's finishing up his documentary. You never know. You can't really judge people. Documentary probably coming out soon, and look at me talking shit. But anyway, that's the end of that story, y'all. I'm gonna get to that part 2 that y'all looking for at the Joe and Toxic. It's coming soon, y'all. But anyway, if you made it this far and you're still not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give a thumbs up and comment down below. Sorry if my energy wasn't all that today, y'all. I just was not having the best day, and I got a fucking headache out of this world. And I gotta get up early. It's just today was not my day at all. But I promised I was gonna give y'all story time, so I had to get on here and pull it together somehow. I had to get my shit together and get the people what they wanted. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in.